Hi everyone. So today I'm gonna talk about game, right? It's a very bad connotation to the name, but using the word game, right? The way we see the world with the rules and regulation, it might sound bad, but this is a right way to explain things. So I'm gonna use this word game. So there is something called strong game, and then is a weak game, right? 80% of the today's talk will be around this, and then there is other game called hope game, which is not related to both of them, but really made sense to me at that time. This is a learning of my life, which I've like explored, understood, right, and it is very useful. What is strong game, right, and weak game? Strong game and weak game is basically world could be divided into two spectrums, like two polarities, right? One is strong, one is weak, right? So there is something called strong game, there is something called weak game. Strong games are played by the people who are really strong, right? And the weak game are played by the people who are weak. And uh, so this thing, I learned it from women, right? And then actually saw these traits in few of the men's as well. So strong game is like when you're really strong, right? You become more empathetic, kinder. You tend to forget things because you have abundance of things, right? You are very giving, and you you have your morals, principles which you don't want to cross, right? And you can strong aim like people with strength, right? Uh, they can argue with you, they can disapprove of your opinions, they can debate with you, they can disagree, right? They can raise their voice, they can be truthful without thinking about its consequences, because they have so much strength that if something does goes wrong, they can correct it, they have opportunity to correction, and whatever they like, that is a strong game. Like these are people. Where the weak game are basically is played by weak people, and they won't disagree with anybody or something because they wants to be in their good notebooks, right? Good books we call it. And they will comply with you, they will never tell you the truth. If truth is hurting to you, they think they will lose your help or lose the relationship, and they cannot leech away resources from you, right? So a lot of people are like that. And I'm not here to bash women or something. They are really good women in this planet, and they are really bad ones. But one of the traits which I've seen them like as being women, women are, I would say, most of the women play weak game. And I will also tell you what is a strong woman and what is a weak woman, right? So in women's, I've seen women has to be dependent on a lot of people or something, right? So they always play this wolf game, weak game, right? They will never fight with the tiger, they never will fight with the lion. They wants to socialize, they wants to make everybody happy, right? If you're friends with everybody, then you're friends with nobody, right? uh, they will talk behind back, will never say it in front. They will always try to make you happy. uh, they will run away when you actually need them, and then later they'll come, hey, they were busy in something. There will always some justification like this. And a lot of women does that. Their main strength, right? The wolf's strength is not by attacking or something, right? The main strength is to steal, to lie, manipulate. So this is big game, and it is not done by women. There are men who are like behaving like women, and they also like, if they are not stronger, they don't have resources, they start playing the weak game. So if you can see in your environment, in your schools, teachers, your friends, your even parents, your brothers, sisters, colleagues, some of them are playing weak game. They know they are not powerful, they don't have strength, they don't have knowledge, they don't have skill. Somehow they have to survive. For their survival, I'm not saying this is good thing or bad thing, everybody using the resources, right? If I was weak person, I would not be first of all talking about this video, and I will using whatever the resources I had. Weak game, strong game, right? It's a nature, like it's a natural selection. everything is for survival, and I'm not being mad about it or angry about it. This is the knowledge. I want you to have this knowledge and then use it for yourself, right? If I were the weak, I probably will doing the same thing. If I'm strong, I will probably doing the strong game, right? I will playing the strong game. So weak game is full of manipulation, lying, not confronting other people, making everybody happy, not the big disagreement, not going on a solo path, and this kind of thing, right? So all the weakness you can associate. Most of the women are like this, and one of the trends and patterns which I've seen with weak game is like when you're in power, right? When a person or somebody is power, all the weak people will become yes men to them. They will treat them like a king or something. And the day you are dethroned from your power, and the day they are dethroned, then they'll start pedestaling other person who is in power, and you are nothing, and there is no past experience, there is no karma, there is nothing. Whatever you have done to them, there is no liability. Where the strong people have this sense of loyalty. So loyalty comes from strength, friendship comes from strength, love comes from the strength, and weak people are not capable of doing things, right? So yeah, that I observed, and I had a lot of examples about this game, but somehow I'm forgetting now. But let me think. And yeah, I have seen in my offices as well. There were always some bootlickers to the boss and everything. They're playing their game, and right, and strong man game are being truthful, being open, being very expressive, because they don't fear consequences, because they have enough ample resources, they can use it and become powerful, right? Even women, I've seen with man, somebody who is a pursuing woman or something, right? When he start like agreeing too much with the woman, right? Then woman tends to notice like, hey, this is weak guy, he's agreeing to everything whatever I am speaking, he's never contradicting anything. And they sense it like, this is a weak guy, like you don't think. And woman tends to date or be friends with, or whatever relation they have, they only do it with somebody who's stronger than them or something. And if they sense that you're not stronger than them, you cannot protect them, provide them and everything, they'll they'll, they'll leave you, right? So I've been in the example where I would disagree to women, and my mind will be like, hey, let's. My I will in my mind I will saying, I was playing weak game. I will think, hey, just once you become my girlfriend, then I'll disagree with you or something. When I was persuading, I would say whatever, I will agreeing to everything, and that actually turned off things for her for my image, right? She didn't become attracted to me because of that. And in my mind, I was disagreeing to every shit she was speaking. This is way back when I was young. So, but yeah, later on I realized, right? Yeah, whatever in your mind, just say it. You have to disagree with it. And then later, I disagreed with everything to my recent girlfriend, and she used to love me like anything. She was crazy about me. Like, this was a personal example, but I have seen this weak game in my schools, college. Now I look back, I can see these games playing around everywhere. And even uh, I would recommend having strong enemy is better than a weak friend, right? Having a stronger enemy is better than a weak friend, because weak people attack you from the like forward. They will beat in your skill, they will not be faulty, you see where the things are coming from. But weak people do manipulation, attack from the behind, you'll never see it coming. So always indulge with strong people, even as to disagreement, even making them enemy, even being bad about it. I could be my best self around other strong men or women, right? Because I know there is a certain line they will not cross, and sometimes I've been proved wrong because I thought they were strong, and they proved me wrong by not following the code, right? Code of conduct of a strong man, and then realize, hey, I was estimating them wrong. They're still weak. So that is always there. And what else? And Yeah, I had to talk about Hope Game as well. Before going to Hope Game, I want to tell you about Hope Game. There is something, few of the things I want to tell you, which man, woman, we game has. Yeah, I'm just saying, do any business with any strong man, and because of this thing, I became very. This is not related to that, but this kind of makes sense in this talk. I became right now I'm very unsocial, uh, because I'm living in an area which I don't like or I don't agree to or something like this. Like if you're born poor or something like this, you are not surrounded by really lot of good people, right? Uh, when you're a kid, you have nothing to give to anybody. Then everybody is stronger than you or richer than you and everything. Then I would say socialize with everybody. As a kid, I used to socialize with everybody, talk everybody, because there was always there was something to learn from them. There was something they could teach me, right? They have more experience and more entertainment, whatever. So I was very socialized, and as soon as I like stepped up in the hierarchy of society, and when I got my understanding, intelligence, got a little bit of money or something, I felt like there was nothing I could learn them people, and even talking to people was hurting me back. They will take advantage of a lot of good people, right? People just you be friendly with anybody, and then the next day he's just trying to climb on your head, right? Some small kid or whatever friend or something, right? There are a lot of bad people, and once you try to be friendly with them, they're gonna abuse you, misuse you, and whatnot. So I started sending this trend and became really unsocial. I didn't want to speak. I don't want to bother anybody, even to my neighbor or something, right? Because there are a lot of bad people. Because when you're at bad place, bad family, bad society, you will find people like that. But problem is that a lot of people get stuck in this unsocial. That is a good mechanism to survive that kind of area. But you become very antisocial, unsocial. You don't want to talk to anybody. But when you progress in your life, when you grow up, and uh, when you find like you go into your tribe, you find like-minded people, you tend to leave the city, you go on some good place and you're living, everybody is kind, everybody is rich, nobody wants to take money from you, uh, and then there are genuine people around you, and that time we are still unsocial. So we have to remove that what is shell which we created around self to protect from harmful thing, which was okay at that time. But when you exposed to some good people, that time you have to remove that shell, right? And then you have to become very social, try to be interactive. But it's very hard, like you're living in the shell for a very long time, which was helping you back then, but now uncovering shells become very hard. It becomes unnatural. And my goal is to, yeah, be in the place where I find a lot of good people around myself, and then I could become social like what I was in my childhood. So everybody should be going to live. You may be right now in a bad place, bad society, bad environment, but as you become wiser, as you learn skill, you climb up the hierarchy of the society, you tends to go good places, right? And there I want you to remove that shell. So yeah, goal should be to go there, and then life could become beautiful. You will meet a lot of great people. I have met a lot of great people that way. uh, so that is one of the thing. It doesn't relate with strong game, weak game, but yeah, I thought it was a necessary advice. One more advice I had on hope game. And before going to hope game, that is very funny one. I wanted to give you another example, right? There is a cousin brother of me, right, who is very small right now. I think he's teenager, you can say. He lives in the very rural side of the country, and I am more on the urban side, and the facilities are much good at the sometime and everything. So uh, few 2 3 years ago, I told him that, hey, if you if you are in self improvement, you improve, you make body, you start learning the language, English language, so that you communicate with the world, you can grab the so much knowledge which is there, right? And everything. I gave him some tips that English language is very important nowadays, and learning to be going to gym will teach you discipline, good bodies, you will become strong, right? I told him once you do that, I'll I'll carry with me. I'll carry you with me, and we'll think we'll do something, right? I'll make sure that whatever I was missing in my childhood, I'll do it to you. But very on a very slightest way, I told him, right? And I had only little hope on him that he might do good or something. But yeah, but I don't think he progressed that much. I used to see in Facebook, Instagram, something. I couldn't see that much progress in him. And after 2-3 years, he contacts me that, hey bro, that I wanted to join a medical college or something like this, and I will come and I'll live with you, with you and everything, right? But he was not that ready, right? He wanted to come in the city side. I was okay, okay. First of, and he was very lazy, right? Only the college has been already started, and it was like 2-3 months have already passed. Now he wanted to join in the mid sem, right? So I told him that it's not a good wise idea. A lot of cheap college will get you admitted, but I don't think you will be able to do it. And he's from the rural side, doesn't understand English, and the place where I live, it's like this academics is quite English, right? It's not totally Hindi, and the written and everything is in English, and there's like the level of boys and girls are at different level than my cousin, right? And I told him that. Indirectly I try to tell him that it will be very hard for you as you come and adjusting to a new environment and everything. I would recommend you start getting some coaching on your English language and everything, right? Start habit of writing 6-7 papers, right? Because he just passed his high school by cheating and everything, right? He didn't do hard work at phase of his life till now. And he's just persistent, no, I want to come, everything will change once I come. He wants to burn a lot of his parents' money. I told him parent that, hey, it's not a wise idea to send him over here or something like this. And they wanted to get him admitted to cheaper college or something. I told him if he's joining, he should join a good college one, right? And the cheaper doesn't make sense. And I told him, hey, why don't you you come over here? I'm not saying that you don't come, so that you guys feel that, hey, I don't want you to come here with me or something. I don't want to get the burden of you living with me or something. I told him you can come, but you need to get the coaching of English first for a year, and then from the next year you can join the college or something like this. And so whenever you in your life, whenever you feel like there is a decision to be made and you're not very comfortable, try resisting it as much as possible, because a lot of time people are very lazy and they will go back. You just try to give hurdles little bit, right? It is a kind of shit test as well. You can shit test them how focused they are, then you will know that, yeah, this guy is probably focused and he wants to hard work. So it is beneficial for both them. So I'd like give them shit test. Hey, you can come after one. Once you come over here, then you need to find a coaching, then you do this thing. I told him, right? Then his father wanted to send him with a flight. I told him, no. He's not that thing. Why you are spending flight money on him, right? He's not that special. He should earn his money and then he comes in flight. For now, he should journey in the train. This guy is so lazy and everything. He could not even book a train ticket or something like this. And he's just lazy and procrastinating and everything, right? And for till now I haven't heard back from him, right? I just give them a little shit just to test the resilience, and that both work fine, and I'm still away from the trouble. Touch God that whatever we call it, right, doesn't get true and it gets burden on me back. I have no problem hosting him or something, but he needs a lot of improvement right now. But I don't wish. I have no problem. He comes, live with me, train with me. I'll teach him a lot of things. But I don't want his parents to spend a lot of money around thing. And okay, uh, and he is not even serious about this thing. I told him he have to learn English, that he should be learning online or something, right? But he's doing none of it. If I see him was very serious or he's trying to learn from online or something, he said, okay, I'm not able to, I will prepare myself. The place where he is doing, he's not taking any effort, right? So I couldn't see any, if he's taking some online help or something, I would have considered him that he's serious about it, but he's not. So anytime you feel like something you don't agree, try to give some registration. Don't automatically say yes or something. And lot of people, because they are not that resolved, their ideas are uncooked. half baked and everything. So they still don't know what they want to do, and if you just put little bit of resistance, most of them will back off, and you will not feel bad of saying no or something, right? They automatically shut themselves off at most 90% of the time. So I don't become bad person at that sense. I just put little resistance to them, and if they are really resolve out, they'll cross those hurdles and do it. A lot of time they will fail. So yeah, that is not related to weak game or strong game, but one of the key insight I use a lot of the time. And then there comes the hope game. So I never knew this game exists, and one of my work sister, right? I call her my sister. She's older than me, and when I joined my first company, she was kind of senior to me, and we used to work together, and I consider her my sister, right? And he used to see and what I used to do with people and say, but for my side it was a genuine, and he termed this thing hope game. So hope game, I didn't use it consciously to anybody, but I'll tell you in 1 minute. So basically, one time when you must have seen my video about how I was a security guard while my college as a part-time job to fuel myself and get my learning going on, right? And that time I met a colleague, security guard colleague, who was in the neighboring company where I was working. And we used to talk in the night and everything, right? He was very appreciative that I was doing this work as well and going to college and everything. And this guy trying to be friend with me. One time he asked me some for money or something. I used to give him money. Whenever I used to bring extra food, I will give them in the food and everything. So we kind of became friend, right? And this person tried to take advantage of my friendship. He was a drinker, alcoholic, right? And he used to never spend his money or something, or he will spend money and then ask money from me or something, right? But I'll return it back. One more time to the, and one time he told me that, hey, currently I live in a very good house, which I'm take care. This security guard is a caretaker, and where I keep my wife, and that owner doesn't live over there. So because of that, I get the whole property to take care, and I get a place to live for free. That saves me a lot of money, and my life is chill. In the day or night, I come to security, and then I don't have to pay rent and my wife's and everything, and I have a very good place where nobody is disturbing me. And sometime he comes or something like this, and that was good. So he told me like, and he told that he has more properties or something, and I'll try to get you one of those properties so that you don't have to pay a rent or something. You can take care of that building, and you'll get money for taking care, and like basically your rent will go off, and you will have money. And this is the hope he gave me, right? And he tried to give, and I was like, okay, if I make good friendship and everything, I was selfish and greedy, right, over there, and like, hey, so I was genuinely helping to to X%, and after knowing this fact, I started doing 4x. Like I was generally kind, and I became super kinded to him after this, because that greed was me inside, right? And and because of this, he started asking a lot of money to me, and I was like, hey, in the end, he's gonna save me a lot of money. I could probably give him some money, right? And he started taking money, and then he stopped returning it back. And one day, not stopped, one day, like I told him, hey, he told me, hey, I will make sure this month I'll get you the house. So I told him, so okay, so should I leave my current house? He was, yeah, you can leave it. And I thought he thought I was joking, but I left it. I left my current place. And because there I had to, so the place where I was living, if I have to vacate, I have to tell it in 1 month advance. I told him in advance. I told him, hey bro, I have already told my current place landlord that I will be vacating month. You make sure that thing is ready with me. That you have talked with me something. I was playing on the line. Like I could have just wasted my 1 month of salary until it has been sure. But I was playing on the line. I didn't want it to go away that 3,000 even. I was being so miser. Like that was my rent at that time. I wanted to save that 3,000 rupees. Okay, from the first day I'll get, right? I thought this world is a very not chaotic place. Everything's in order, right? And I thought this will happen. I was very optimistic about it. And already told I left my house, and that day where actually he wanted to, he showed me, that idiot showed me a fake house that this is the house which you're gonna be. Randomly picked a house and told her, hey, this is the house I'm gonna let you give or something like that. Then he stopped responding to my calls and everything. And I was homeless. I had packed my bags and I outside for whole day. One day I was homeless and I didn't had a place to crash. So finally, I think I called a friend. I went to his place. Something just crashed. Yeah, I know I was very secretive about my job and I was never telling any of my friends. You can see the reason in my previous video, right? And this happened, and because I had a night shift, I had place to go in the night and the day I was in the college. But there was to be 6-7 hours where I need to crash somewhere, right? I didn't had that place. So I think 10 days or something. I went to my one of the friends or something. I will stay late in the college till the evening time. I'll wait to go then to my workplace. I was sleep deprived for like 10 days because of this reason. And then it took a time to understand that this guy is literally fooling me. 10 day I was hopeless. I thought maybe he was stuck or something like this. And I think yeah, after that I think I start speaking to him or his shift changes or something like this. And I think he owed me like 3,000 or something rupees. And I was thinking in my head, this guy used that hope of this thing, and I was little greedy about it, and that he took advantage of my hope, and he took taking money from me. And in my brain, I thought like, what the fucking idiot he is. I'm not gonna be stay here. I'm improving person. I'm improving day by day. I'm learning skill my college. I'm working hard. Don't you think I'm gonna become something big and you could have so much things from him? Like he wanted to cut the chicken, egg laying chicken. If you could have been in relation with me, I could have done tremendous opportunities to him or placed him such a good places because he helped me in my hard time or something like that. But this idiot didn't thought for long. I was like egg laying chicken to him, and he cut me off like this. That day I understood that this was the hope game he played with me, right? And from that day I decided like and I've seen this similar pattern in other example. Wherever I made a relationship thinking about getting something from somebody, and a place of greed or some resource gaining or something like this, it never worked out. It always had backfired and bit my ass. And then from 2-3 experiences I learned that okay, just be selfless. Honesty is the best policy, and be kinder. Don't be just you want to get somebody, right? So after that, whatever the friendship I have approached or whatever, it's not place of greed or something. I genuinely cared if I'm with them or genuinely didn't wanted anything. I became opposite of what it, right? And then things turned out to be good. Opportunities come automatically. People wants to help me automatically. So that has been turned around. And even I have told my friends or something like, bro, don't even pursuing women or something here because of the beauty or whatever the thing you're like, there is something you're greedy about. If you're pursuing something that okay, you only use it for sex or something, and then you will dump or something, and if you go at that, you'll turn out that the girl was having some problem or something like this. She is a psycho or she has STD, and she will fuck you back. So you went into something a deal into with the greed, and you got back with fire or something like that. So I've seen with other people as well. So whenever you start a relationship with some kind of gain for you in thinking that you will do, it always have backfired. And I've learned my lesson and everything. And now I go and make any relationship with empathy, kindness, not selfishness. And my life has been amazing after that. And I'm quite. I mean, your heart is like you sleep well, right? When you don't do this kind of thing. So that is a hope game understood. And later, so as a AI engineer something, when I became senior, a lot of juniors came and I was given to control, like tell them to work and everything, command them, lead them, right? And my senior and she used to think see my workplace. So all the candidates I'll try to give them a hope of like, hey, once you do this thing you will get the opportunity to do this golden part, right? So AI in machine learning model, there are always some dirty work, then there is some intermediate work, and then there is a golden work, which is basically creating the model. That is more exciting one, right? So all the machine learning engineers crave for it. All your juniors will be. So I told them I will let you do this thing, but you need to cross these barriers and everything. I'll give them hope of like this is the cheese and your rats have to go for that cheese, and then everybody will start walking and everything, right, together. And probably there is only place for one, and she used to tell me that this is the hope game you are playing with me. She told me in a negative concept, but in my heart I never thought it from a negative side or something. I truly wish them that if they proved me, I would have given that. But yeah, she coined this term hope game, and then realized, yeah, it's a hope game. Actually, I could make a lot of people do a lot of shit that promise them something, and most of the time they fail. They're not qualified. They will, and they are people are lazy. People are not hardworking. Most of them, they will himself quit in the middle because the journey is so hard. So there is a very less percent who will reach at this point, and but you can still get the hope game and let, like, you can get some work of initial 1-2 stages, right? And but yeah, this is a very harmful psychological thing which I'm telling you, but I've never, by god, like, I've never used it in a negative sense or just to take advantage. I genuinely think that there was some bigger thing at the end and people have qualified. But yeah, I understood when she was telling me that, like, this could be used in a wrong way as well. So yeah, I kept in mind, and I see this pattern somebody else doing it. I was doing in the right way, but I have seen the negative side of people doing it, and I could use it. So a lot of time you don't have to learn about manipulation and this kind of games, but if you know a game, at least somebody who is doing to be trying to do hope game. If I understood hope game initially, I wouldn't have wasted so much money with that security guard, right? And that have been solved myself. And sometimes best defense is attack. Somebody's trying to play hope game, you play the reverse hope game. And I learned this thing in a hard way in football matches. Whenever in football I would try to be defensive, I will be get goals and everything. Whenever I'm trying to attack, you will might get a bonus 1 or 2 extra goal, and your team will not be scored or something, you will not get goal, right? So football taught me this thing that best defense is attack. Keeping in this mind, I know a lot of knowledge, but I've never used in a wrong sense, and that is because of that I am somewhat little poorer. And if I started using all these tricks, I would have been a lot more richer. But my heart will be filled up with black tar. I will not be sleeping well, and there will be a lot of guilt in your heart, and which is a very bad thing. I don't want that thing, right? A lot of time I could have taken advantage of those things, but I've not done it, and probably not done it, which I never want my friend using it this way. And one of the things is when I reveal these kind of things, psychological thing, now you will like you will like feel very hard to trust me, right? Because this guy is telling me this thing, and when you're working with me, you will think maybe he's using those manipulation on me as well, right? So I'm very at a wrong place saying these manipulation tactics and everything, right? Because I'm like placing myself at this thing. But yeah, when you have a higher purpose, and you realize that truth saves a lot of time, honesty is the best policy, and that honesty, you don't have to work a lot. When you are truthful, you don't have to think a lot. That saves your brain energy, and that you can assign somebody, right? So at a good creative place or something like this. So just doing right thing, doing truthful thing saves a lot of your mental energy, which you can use it for a lot of good thing. A lot of people think they are smart, they will use this kind of thing, they will burn their mind, their heart will be guilt, they will have health problems and a lot of shit. Nobody will love them. They might get what they wanted, but the side effects, bro, you cannot carry it. But yeah, most of the time, this knowledge, everything helped me to save myself, save my soul, save my brain from a lot of stupid stuff. So I hope you got a lot of learning. I think I have missed a lot of point on weak game and strong game. That could be more elaborative. Probably in future I'll make one video on that. But I hope you got a lot of value from this video. If you have any opinion or any this kind of game, you can share it in the comment section, and you can share this video to any of your friend or any of your girlfriend or whatever, and who feel they are very naive and everything, and people could take advantage of them. They should know this kind of things so that they can sell themselves. Hope you're subscribed. So that is it. I'll say you bye bye. So see you in the next one.